we go. That's close enough. This isn't starting out so well. Yeah, 27.115. Yep. Happy Wednesday. Ah, there's another person out there. Wow, I was beginning to wonder. Don't wander too far. Oh no, I'm not going to wander, but I do wonder. Oh, I wonder, whoop-de-doo. And there's Wayne. Hi, Dave. Yeah, where's Pete? We're going to have all these big knob radios tonight. I got mine. Where's Pete? Well, I'm running off about 9 knobs. You got 9 knobs on that radio? Yep, if tone and dimmer count. They're knobs. They count. Yep, knobs, not sliders. Sliders count too. Oh, right. But do the switches for A&L and PA count? No, switches do not count. Only knobs. And since a slider is basically taking the place of a knob, it counts. So pretty much channel selectors and potentiometers. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And switches. You know, rotary switches, like AM upper and lower sideband, that kind of switch. Okay, yeah, because this has the AM sideband or rotary knob too. Which radio is that? The Cobra 138 XLR. Oh wow, that's not bad for a knob count for a mobile radio. On the large side for a mobile.
Countywide.
Oh, there he is. I was beginning to think you were going to be a no-show.
No, don't think that. But the gate's already been rolling just because I haven't been present. I'm present now on my Maximum Knob Radio. Maximum Knob Radio Night.
Yes, and I am too. 14 knobs. Tram D201.
14 knobs. And 2 switches. Demco Super Satellite.
Well, I have 2 switches too, but we're not counting those. Not too high.
Well, I guess you could almost call it 3 switches because if you pull out the tone switch, it's the automatic noise limiter.
Yeah, I'll see my automatic noise limiter has a knob. I turn it and it clicks off, or I can adjust it to anything in between. But I have a noise blanker switch. You have to pull it out.
Yeah, my tone knob, that is adjustable receiver tone, you pull it out and it's the automatic noise limiter. My switches consist of speaker or phone jack on the receiver and modulation or watts on the transmitter.
Yeah, there you go. Sounds good, man. Better fun-filled classic radio roundup here.
Let me double check my load and plate here. Un momento. Oh yeah, that's way more better. Way more better. There we go. Yep. Countywide.
Yeah. How's the tone quality on this thing? Is it too bassy or just about right or what?
Well, if I don't like it, I just make an adjustment on my tone knob on my receiver, but I like it, so I don't have to adjust it.
Yeah, I could do the same. I could turn my transmit tone control and I'll make it squeal. Don't want to do that, but turn the mic gain down. There we go. I can make it tinnier. Yeah, look at that. But I got to turn the mic gain down though. For some reason it squeals. Looks like there's some more work that needs to be done to this radio, but I'll put it back where it was because I like it better down here, I think. There we go.
Oh, wait a minute. I may have 15 knobs. I forgot about the tone knob on the back of the transmitter. So I have a transmit tone knob. That brings the count up to 15 knobs. Just because it ain't on the front, it doesn't mean it doesn't make the count. So I have a transmit knob on the back and another switch on the back for high Z or low Z microphone. Let's see. I think we already been through this whole tone thing though. That's one way, and that's the other way. But it doesn't seem to make much difference because we've been down this road before. So I'm just going to put it right back where I started. But that is 15 official knobs.
Wow, there you go. You got me beat by one then. Yeah, I don't have any on the back of the radio, I don't think. I got the loaded plate, but I don't count those because they're not knobs. They're screwdriver adjustments.
Yeah, well, I'm counting the knob on the back and the switch on the back. So that's 15 knobs and 3 switches.
Woohoo! I guess you get the prize.
I forgot all about the knob on the back until you mentioned the transmit tone control. I'm like, oh, I should be able to count that just because it's not on the front. It still counts.
It's a knob.
It's on the radio.
Yeah, speaking of that, I'm actually rolling a gate tonight. It's not going to be live, but it'll be put up on I've created a YouTube page a little while ago, and I'll upload it up there later on.
Yeah, I don't do it live either, but I upload it to the YouTube. Classic Radio Roundup. Roundup, 2 words.
What do you call your page there, Joker? You call it Joker's Wild or something, or what? I will get back to you guys, but I think it's just Joker427 on YouTube. I don't know if I think I might have one clip up on there. I started it like a year or 2 ago, but I haven't done anything with it. That was the plan was to do this.
Well, Joker427, if you subscribe to 441 BSA 1968, if you subscribe to me, I'll subscribe to you.
Just like what? You show me yours, I'll show you mine.
Well, it would make it easier on me.
Yeah, let me look it up then. I'll let you guys know by the end of the night.
441 BSA 1968. That's my my YouTube account name.
Yeah.
So I was debating on how to do the gate tonight, and maybe I'll move the camera closer later on, but I have it far away so you get both the transmitter and the receiver in there. And by looking at the camera, it looks like I don't really need to get closer because you can see the S meter from this far away because the S meter is that daggone big.
Yeah, I was going to say, I kind of like the views where you can see the S meter. It's always a nice indication.
Well, I'll move it in closer later, but I'm going to start out from the wide angle shot.
Yeah, sounds like a wiener.
So you can get the entire view of the real estate taken up by the Demco Super Satellite.
Yeah, well, yeah, you got a whole lot of radios there. This radio takes up a lot of real estate for being a single unit. This is easily the biggest radio I have that's in one box.
My biggest in one box would be a fight between the Tram Titan and the SPE Trinidad.
Yeah, this thing beats the Trinidad and the Titan. I think the Titan might beat it in height, but this thing definitely beats it in width. Houston time, guys.
Hello, Top Gun, up there around Maple Grove, your countywide radio.
Hey, what's going on?
It's Maximum Knob Radio Night. If you got a radio with a lot of knobs, this is the night for it.
10-4, I think this has 11 on it.
I'm running 15 individual knobs on this Demco Super Satellite.
10-4, what's going on, Dave? Just living the dream, man. You know, one Wednesday after another. 10-4. Weather's starting to warm up. It's time to go north. Oh, it's been time to do that, but yeah, weather's warming up, but I don't know how long it's going to last. I know Mother Nature's not done playing with us yet.
Yeah, there's overnight freezing temperatures popping up on the forecast next week.
Now, don't swear like that.
Well, I'm not doing it because I wanna. I'm just reporting what's reported.
Yeah, we're on the roller coaster ride. It goes up, it goes down.
Yeah, you're welcome to mud season.
Oh, yeah. There's no doubt about all that. Oh, yeah, mud.
Lots of it. Thankfully, most of it runs away from me.
Except for the two that run into you with the 8 poles.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm on a slope, so it's not as muddy as it is on people I know at flat ground, and they got 16 paws.
10-4. Yeah, I'm up on a little bit of a grade. The bottom of my yard is a complete swamp.
I can tell how saturated things are by 2 indicators. The creek that crosses my front yard, whether it's a tiny little babbling brook or a raging river, and my radon evacuation system here in the command and control center, When it's gurgling, the water table is high. When there's no gurgling, it's dry.
Gurgle, gurgle.
Right now, it's gurgling.
Yeah, I got a creek in the front of my property that we keep an eye on. And, like you said, sometimes it's just a babbling creek, and other times it's a raging river.
There's times that have gone by where I've could have rowed a kayak from behind my house out to the Schuylkill River. And then most of the time, though, you can't. But there are times when you could have.
10-4. Hey, guys. Break.
Got a couple of breakers. Hello.
Hello. You got Shadow 124 Daddy. This is fixed this week.
Hang on. We got two of them now. I think Saddle first. Come on.
Shadow.
Oh, Shadow.
124.
Who was the other one?
Mr. Fix-It.
Hello, Mr. Fix-It, and hello, Shadow. Welcome to the Classic Radio Roundup.
Oh, and where do you go? I grew up in Linfield, right next to the river. We knew the water table was high when the Schuylkill was in our front yard.
Yeah, that's a pretty good indicator, isn't it?
I still got memories from Agnes. Oh no, that was a doozy. Oh, wow, that was what? It was 52 years ago. Hell yeah, we were down the street helping them throw in the farmer's field, helping them throw fish back into the river.
I remember Hurricane Floyd. That's when I brought my stacked 5-element 6-meter beams down to the ground. You know you had a big enough antenna system when the wind brings it down.
Yeah, it used to be the old motto. If your antenna survived the winter, it's not big enough.
Survives the winter or survives a hurricane.
And Radio Shack is here, so everything is good. Okay, there's a couple of classic radio pieces on Marketplace. There's a Turner Plus 2. You need to speak up. You're getting kind of very weak, audio-wise. Let me check my settings.
Yeah, you got a real big signal, but the audio is a little lacking.
A lot lacking. You know what? I'm on the wrong radio. Let me switch over to the other one. Yeah, you need to be running the one with the most knobs. Now, where's he out of? Boyertown, Boyertown, Bechtelsville area. Yeah, 10-4. He just has a stock mic, I think, and it's just not cutting it. How's this one? That's more better. That's my classic Micro 723. It's working.
Something to be said for them classic radios.
But that's only a 3-knobber. That's correct. That was last week.
This is the first time we've ever actually done a dedicated maximum knob radio. We've done 3-knob before.
Oh, yeah, you're right. We've never, maximum is whatever you might have. There's no set number, but it's the first time we've gone. 3-knob was always the one we, it's good. 3-knob radio is your bottom of the barrel kind of radios. No frills radios. I got 11 knobs, 5 toggle switch on this General Stonewall Jackson.
That's a fair number of knobs.
That was double key.
That is a fair number of knobs.
Yes, sir. I think I count 11.
Now, if I add in my accessory that I have with the Demco, I could get up to 18 knobs.
10-4. I gotta flip the cover on the SBE. I forget what that's got. Which SBE is that? The Land Command. Oh, yeah, I don't know offhand.
Yeah, I vaguely remember what that thing looks like, and that's like a maximum knob type radio.
That's probably got 9 or 10.
It kind of looks like the Simba in knob department.
You're right there, Dave. It's got 9. It's got 9 knobs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 push buttons and 5 toggles. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, but can you beat 15 knobs?
For the knob aficionado, that's the radio to have, I guess. You value your knobs.
Well, it is kind of cheating because it's got the modulator there in the middle. So the one knob is to turn it on or turn it off, and the other knob is the gain of the modulator. So, you know, being an extra piece in there, that's almost like cheating maybe.
Yeah, because it's not part of the actual radio. It's an accessory piece.
Well, it's an accessory piece, but it came with the radio set.
Well, let's take it to the board of directors and vote on it and find out whether we consider it a knob.
I think we should, because without it, you won't have a speaker. So I think this judge votes that it counts because it's actually part to complete the whole radio. It's not a true accessory.
Did it come stock with the radio, or is it an added accessory that you bought extra?
No, it came with the radio. When you bought the radio new, that it came with it.
I guess I'd have to say that's allowed then, if it's part of the actual radio package.
Not only that, it has, you know, plugs that go into it from the transmitter to make it work. So without it, you'll have this dangling plug, and you need to come up with a speaker.
Okay, radio, I just want the speakers in the
That was a double, and I know it was Train and Bagger, but I didn't get either one of you. So somebody's got to go first.
Age before beauty. I said, which radio is it, since I just walked in on this conversation? I did ask.
You had to ask. Demco Super Satellite.
All right, what about you, Bagger? What you want, man? Tram D201, 14 knobs. I'm on mine too, but I think mine got more than 14 knobs. 10 for it?
Can you beat 15 knobs?
What do you got? The one with the box in it? Yeah, I got the one with the box in it. That's 2 knobs. And then there's 2 knobs on the tone control and the other guy. There's 2 knobs on the volume and the RTC. And then the rest of the knobs. So yeah, the Vox model got more knobs than the 201A. Yeah, because that's got a double knob on it, I think. Yeah, for that Vox. Let's see. And it looked like the mic gain is in the middle of that also. Let's see, Vox. Yeah, interesting. I don't like no Vox though, man. I've never seen it work no how, but I wouldn't want it. Because Mrs. Train's subject to come in a room and say something, and then it'll key up. yeah. I'm not a fan of Vox either. When I was a lot younger, I thought it was the coolest thing, the hands-free radio. But it became more of a pain than a useful thing.
Yeah, every time you coughed or sneezed or moved the chair loudly, it keyed the radio up. Yeah, it's like It's fun in the beginning, and then you find out its limitations.
Yeah, don't fart. Yeah, and then you feel like you gotta talk real fast because if you take a pause, it'll unkey.
Well, that's what the anti-vox adjustment is for.
That's what the Vox delay is for. But if you set it too long, then you stop talking and you're going, okay, still keyed. Unkey.
Oh, that's right. The anti-vox is you had to make enough noise for it to key up, and then there's the vox delay to keep it keyed up.
Yeah, the anti-vox was supposed to cancel out noise coming from the receiver, so like people talking when they're coming out the speaker don't key your radio up. That would be a vicious cycle. Yes, it would.
Yeah.
Morning night, Joker. Good evening there, Shane. Just sitting back, listening, and I was saying earlier that I got a geek going tonight, and I'm working on setting up a channel, so I'll share it with everybody when I get it done.
Yeah, that's good. I'll finally get, well, not finally, rarely get to hear what I sound like, because I'm usually the only one running the gate. Although Dave has ran gates, but now there's another gate source. That'd be good. Countywide radio on this Demco Super Satellite 15 knob radio.
Yeah, I've been wanting to do something like this for a while, but this is pretty low-fi, about 5 today. Just, a phone recording it. And maybe eventually I'll step up and do a little bit better over recording. But every journey starts with the first step, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been doing it for years and only using tablets to do it with, but subsequently better tablets each time.
Thanks to the dog eating the last one.
Oh, yeah. He crunched that one to uselessness.
Wow. Yeah, that's a good idea, Joker. And that way we can have a YouTube channel, man. Joker, you can set it up, and then I'll subscribe.
Are you subscribed to me?
You guys don't do Facebook, but I had thought, we could do this a little while ago. It'd be fun to set up a closed private group, maybe just for the full regulars all the time. And so it would be a closed group, so it would be an invite only, and then everybody could upload their geeks, after the, roundup.
Yeah, it's nice. No, I'm not subscribed, Pete, because I don't know the link. Maybe Bagger can send me the link.
Just do a search for 441 BSA 1968 on YouTube. That's my channel.
Yeah, you can remember that, but everybody else can't remember that. Maybe Bagger could remember that.
No, I can't remember what I ate for lunch yesterday.
It's the model of my BSA that I've been talking about for as long as y'all have known me.
That's right. You have a BSA?
I do indeed have a BSA. I've had it for over 30 years now.
And I just thought that was appropriate to say.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a 441 BSA 1968 model.
But it's not a Victor Special.
It is not. It's a shooting star.
Yes, I can't remember that.
Yeah, it's a B44 SS, not a B44 VS.
Great channel.
Come on, Brager.
Hey, 1, 2, 3, nobody but me.
Hello, 123. You're on the video gate, countywide radio, the Spitfire 441 on this Demco Super Satellite.
Sam Rogers on the Super Satellite. Yellow 13. A roll call.
Say again, 123.
Who's all out here? How about a roll call?
Well, you know me. I'll let the rest of them go.
Sam Rogers. I thought I heard, I think I heard Bagger, and I think I heard, the train. Yep.
Yeah, I'm in here too.
Double D.
Hey, Joker's in there too.
I didn't hear Joker. I heard Double D.
Mr. Fixer and what was the other one? Oh, I forget. You know, Dave.
And Tom Gunn.
Oh, Top Gun and Shadow.
10 Rogers, everybody. Where's 123 at? King of Prussia. Roger, we're in Gilbertsville. Yeah, hang that point. You said Gilbertsville? Roger. 10 Rogers on the Gilbertsville with about a half a pound of swing. Yeah, you're very low. You're not moving the needle, but I'm hearing your audio very low though. Just thought I'd throw it out there. Double D on the side. Yeah, copy that, Double D. All right, we're stepping. All right, guys. I'll be back in a little bit. I'm gonna keep this rolling, but I'll be back. That's in case we talk about you. You'll know it.
Now it's time to talk about him, so he won't hear it live, and he won't be able to reply or rebut, but he'll know that we were talking about him.
Joker. Yeah, we was talking.
What a joke, that Joker.
Yeah, I always thought my ears rung because of the loud music I've been around. It's just, I think a lot of people talk about me. I just think that just because. That's right.
Worse things could happen. You could be dead and we'd have to stop talking about you.
Now that ain't right. Come on. He's dead. Stop talking about him. When I'm dead, I give you permission to talk about me.
I said the same thing. When I'm dead, you can still talk about me. I won't care anymore.
That's right. I'm giving you permission right now. You can talk about me all you want because I got a lot of friends that are dead. I was dead once. Sucked. You can talk about me too, as long as it's nice things.
Yeah, y'all could talk about me too. Oh yeah, Night Train used to run them trashy trains.
Yeah, and that Spitfire, boy, he'd get on that Demco and go Super Satellite.
It's just like 44 days when he say, and then it got quiet.
44, Quarter Wave Dave.
Oh no! How about all them pretty Christmas lights?
Yeah, the motor puppy.
Oh man, I miss him.
Watch out for the frozen pepperoni sticks on the Dan hour.
That's Marcel Speedy.
Oh, I get those two confused because they kind of ran together to me at the time.
You don't want to confuse Operator with Norristown Speedy. Oh my God, totally different people.
Norristown Speedy. Norristown Speedy. Coming through.
Don't insult Mike like that. No. That's messed up. I'm sorry I didn't hear that. I mean, I hope I didn't hear that. I mean, please don't say that again.
I thought that was Motor Puppy that came up with that.
No, that was Norristown Speedy. You know, it's like it sure is hot on the Dan hour. He got frozen pepperoni sticks.
I don't know what the hell that ever meant, but it was funny. Yeah. It's a hot one on the down hour. Watch out for the frozen pepperoni sticks. Like, that's kind of counterintuitive, ain't it?
Well, I think somebody else kind of lampooned the pepperoni stick thing, but he was always getting pepperoni sticks, and then, you know, the hot one on the Dan hour, that was him. He's a strange bird, that boy. Yeah, he is. Was, or whatever. I heard he passed away, though. I don't know. Yeah, I think he's gone. I heard that a couple years ago.
Oh, Norristown Speedy?
Yeah. How about a whim? Oh! Oh, my God. Does anybody know how to do look at all the pretty Christmas lights?
Look at all the pretty Christmas lights.
Yeah, close. Yeah, sometimes not. Yeah, there you go. Yes, it is, and sometimes it isn't.
Yeah, he unexpectedly left us. I wasn't expecting that at all. It just was like, boom, there it is. Wow.
Yeah, it's a shame. Yeah, Shadow's personal friends with him.
It was just getting all back into it, being kind of regular and all.
Oh yeah, now he moved up this way, you know. We used to have to catch him when he'd park on the hill somewhere, either in Bridgeport or on Fairview Village or something. But then he moved up here, so that was kind of cool.
Everybody that was anybody's wound up moving up this way.
Oh, you're doing through the family, okay.
Yeah, that's what I say too. I heard that, Double D. We got housing developments all over the place. It's going to be a cluster show here in about 2 years.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Morgantown, Elverson, everything. Even coming out my way towards Maple Grove, they're putting in an industrial park. It's getting nuts.
Yeah, you just got to keep going west.
Yeah, welcome to the club. We've been dealing with that for 20 years now.
Well, I'm about ready to go north.
Yeah, north and west.
Yeah, you got to go like up there into central Pennsylvania.
That's Kentucky. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, going north, you got to deal with all the New Yorkers and North Jerseyites. This is more. I go up there and I see more front platers than I do Pennsylvania drivers.
Yeah, you gotta go further west and further north.
Yep, like we are up in Tioga County.
Yeah, that's a little further out.
It's 4 hours from here, driveway to driveway, 192 miles.
Yeah, but it's peaceful.
It's worth every minute of the trip.
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of things to do on the way up.
Which will make it take longer than 4 hours.
Sometimes. I don't know, the older we get, we don't want to stop, we just want to get there. So, stopping at like Trout Run, north of Williamsport for lunch and all that, we just keep going.
Yeah, you go to Williamsport. Yeah, you're starting to get out there then.
Yeah, we go through Williamsport, get on the 15 and take that north almost into Mansfield. Get on Route 6 and take that out by the Little Grand Canyon, and we're about 20 minutes west of that.
You're almost to Cottersport.
Yeah. Cottersport's 43 miles. We're like in Gailton.
Yeah, I was just going to say Gailton.
It's called Gaines, actually. But Gailton's only 5 miles down the road.
Yeah, it's pretty country up there, especially like Wellsboro. I love going through Wellsboro. They got the gas lanterns on the street there.
Yeah, there's a shortcut that goes around all. You can go around all that, but I don't take it. I like to go through Wellsboro and check out the gas lanterns, people walking up and down the sidewalk and all that. It's a cool little town.
Yeah, it's like you're living in a Norman Rockwell painting or something.
Yes, sir.
Where's this at, Top Gun?
Hey, what's up, Night Train?
Yeah, where's this located? Where are you going?
Oh, well, it's Tioga County, a little place called Wellsboro. But you take Route 6, go out of Wellsboro, and go into a little town called Gaines, which is 5 miles east of Gailton, which is actually in Potter County.
And what you gonna do up there? Is this vacation or just what?
No, we gotta do our camper in a campground up there.
Oh wow, sounds awesome to me.
Yeah, I can't wait. We got all kinds of stuff packed up, ready to go. Hopefully get up there here soon and get the thing opened up and hopefully get up there a whole bunch this year.
Bad girl going up.
Oh yeah, she's going to spend like a month up there this summer.
Well, tell her I said hello and enjoy.
And more will do. Hey, how's this SBE Lane Command sound?
sound real nice. Just a little garbage when you unkey up, but that's dirt in the microphone. The radio itself sounds nice.
And for you, me and heard Dave talk about Trinidad on the length and the height, and I'm like, all right, I got to get the SBE out.
That's right. Yeah, man, one of these days I got to pull my SBE out. You know, I bought that because of you. You know, because I heard how good you sound on your SBE. If I'm not mistaken, you were the one that inspired me, 10-4, because you got off of the blackface radio and jumped onto a SBE, and I'm like, wow, he sounds nice.
You know, I always had a thing for these radios, so. All right, hey, I'm going to get back on the side here for a little bit, and I'm glad this thing sounds good.
Yeah, it does. It sounds good.
Is that 123 train?
No, that was Top Gun right there.
Okay, his signal's down low for me too. So I guess the big question is, Train, when are we going to hear that 623?
Well, the 623 is under doctor's care at the moment.
Oh, I thought it was fixed.
No, I had an intermittent thingy going on, which I believe I discovered it, but it's too late. I sent the board out. I sent one of the little boards out, and I discovered that the pins was loose on the bottom. All I got to do is solder it. But I'm not going to say nothing because he's going to replace a few things on the board, and I'm like, go ahead.
Technical difficulties.
Oh yeah, you got to be careful. Those Molex plugs. They are notorious for cold solder joints. You gotta touch them all up.
Heck.
Yeah, they kind of went through a little bit of traumatization.
Oh, come on.
From him pulling them out and putting new caps on the boards and putting new caps in the power supply and putting new caps. He put new caps everywhere. It's pretty.
Oh, what a
pretty,
mess.
Very pretty. But then that
Try
one
it. We'll
Molex
get it.
connector,
We'll get
I
it.
saw it on the bottom when I went to pull that board. I noticed that it wiggled. Then I looked
Why is this not
underneath,
working?
and I seen the little hairline cracks. If you put that rascal under a microscope, you'd understand.
I can see them with my bare eyes. Well, at least I used to. They're very, very prone to
Technical
cold solder
difficulties.
joints. Very, very prone. I've had to touch mine up a couple of times.
Yeah, so I plan to do that when he send the board back. But I sent the board out. It was just one of the boards that had a
What the
little
heck? Why is
variable
this
on
not
it
working now?
that was to control the S meter, and he couldn't get it to zero. But I'm kind of thinking maybe that Molex connector had everything to do with why he couldn't get it to go to zero.
Well, there's a pot in there for the AGC, and I think that may have something to do with it too. It adjusts the
Technical
zero.
difficulties have been averted.
All right, yeah. So he's going to replace that pot anyhow. I thought there was more than one pot on there, but it seems like there's only one pot on that board.
Yeah, I think there might be two, but yeah, it depends on which version. See, they had, according to the book I have anyway, they had two different versions of the IF board, an old version and a new version.
Oh, all right, yeah. So this is really look like it only had one pot on that board, unless he's talking about somewhere else, like on the floor, for instance. There is a pot on the floor somewhere in front of that final tube.
That's your bias pot.
All right, I don't want to touch that.
No.
I don't want to mess up no bias. I don't know nothing about setting bias, except on the Browning.
Well, it's similar to this. You know, you can measure it by voltage, you know, and go from there.
But anyhow, I had it on the air bagger, and I even had it on sideband. And Alley Cat, he recorded it for me, and the thing sound natural, man.
Yeah, of course it does. You know, you've heard mine. You know, For a radio that's not modified to extend the low end, it's got plenty of its own. I think it goes down to 100 hertz, which is more than normal radios do. That's why it's got that depth to it.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to getting that back. I was impressed. I didn't know it sounded like that.
Oh yeah, they're good radios. When they're working right, they're good sounding radios.
I kind of think this one right here might sound better than my 201A.
What's that? The Vox, the hand-wired one?
Yeah. A non-amplified D104, and that's it. Stock.
Yeah, that does sound smooth. Train approved.
Yeah, I think it might sound better than a 201A, but that's just by nature.
Sounds like $1 million over here. Train approved and then some.
I would like to have a dim sum platter. Tim
Dim sum platter. Goo guy pan without the pan.
There you
go. Yeah, it sounds good coming through this big old Demco speaker.
Super speaker.
I got big old speaker.
I got me a big old. Big old boat.
Got me a big old linear. Got me a big old Hummer.
Got me a trophy wife.
With big old boobs that I paid for.
Yeah, he paid for those.
Yeah, he paid for them. Somebody else is enjoying them.
They're not factory, man.
No. They're definitely high performance options.
But it doesn't matter.
Nah, they're not factory. Yeah, they're just not factory. I'm sorry, sir.
Well, I'd rather have factory, but when it comes to the classification of that accessory, it doesn't matter.
It's not factory.
Radio check. But they are knobs. They count.
I always told the wife, I says, like having a nice set there is kind of nice, but it's like air conditioning in a car. It's a really nice accessory, but you can live without it. But then once you have it, you don't want to live without it.
That's right. Go ahead, 1, 2, 3. I hear you out there.
Yeah, cool. I just wanted to tell you I'm going to be on the side. I got to go down the hill, so you probably won't be able to hear me, but I'll be sandbagging.
10-4.
Roger.
I wonder if you could hear me when you go down the hill. Can you hear this countywide radio when you're moving around?
Yeah, I can hear you all over King of Prussia, driving up 202 all around. The only place I can't hear you guys is right by the mall. There's a noise level right by the mall. It takes everything out. 9 pounds of noise.
10-4 on the good copy, except for when the noise floor comes up. 10-4. That's nice to know.
Yeah, you guys get out, man. Well, that's why I come up here to talk to you, is because you can't hear me from down there.
Yeah, 10-4. Actually, I do hear you, man. I'll be listening. 10-4.
Sometimes you can. It depends on what I'm running. Like, if you're talking about recently, or are you talking about a couple months ago?
Well, just on and off. Maybe it was a couple months ago.
Yeah, a couple months ago I was running my 2-pill. But just in this, I'm running barefoot.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Hey, well, you sound good right now wherever you are. Wherever you are, come out.
Yeah, I'm over here at PennDOT Point. And if you guys don't know where that's at, look it up.
Isn't that Garrity's Boulevard?
Yes, it is. It's basically 23 Garrity's.
I hung wallpaper in that building, man.
Oh, okay. So you know exactly where I'm at.
Better believe it, man. That's when the guy showed me the situation room inside of there. It's like a space station. And you think that you're doing something private, and they got a room inside of that Garrity's Boulevard facility that has cameras all over the place. And they have a board with a map with little red pens in it that shows you everywhere that they possess a camera. And they got high definition. They can see the very hairs on your head. So I was watching an overturned tractor trailer the day that I was there. They gave me a tour of that building. And they said that the government can log on to those cameras you know, at will. In other words, they just commandeer the cameras. And if, you know, President Gerald Ford is coming to town and he's going to be on the Rittenhouse, they have all of the controls, and they got all of them cameras under there because they just log them onto their system, and they don't even have to ask permission. They just log on, and they can watch you, you know, when you're preparing, you know, for an assassination. 10-4.
Those cameras, you can log on to all the PennDOT cameras on your personal home computer. Now, you can't control them, but you can log on and see whatever they see on all the PennDOT cameras.
Oh wow! See, that's happened since he showed me this, because this was a few years ago. But anyhow, yeah, they got it all set up so that they don't have to chase you anymore. If you're doing 100 down 422 on a motorcycle, they can meet you at the front door.
Yep. Can't outrun radio. These two. They can change the lights when they have to do an evacuation of the city. They can change all the red lights to green going out of the city.
Yeah, well, that part would be good, because the people, they'd be piled up on top of one another, and somebody will do something stupid and tie things up. 10-4.
Yeah,
Yeah, wasn't it 511.com or something? That's where all the cameras are.
just go to PennDOT. Just PennDOT website, and there's a whole list of cameras, and you just pick one, and they're all over the place, the entire state. And you can look at any PennDOT camera in the public view. They're all there, and I check them out. I check out 422 before I leave work.
I had to do that when it snowed to see if the highways are bad. When on board, I watched the Maryland boardwalk cams. You must be bored.
When I'm bored, I watch Mina Flores' Locks cam. That's in the Panama Canal.
That's interesting how you can log on to these cameras. I was working for a client whose people were in Germany, and she logged on a major intersection in Germany and let me watch. I forget, it was a big, gigantic, famous courtyard, you know, where, you know, people convene in a bunch of buildings and so forth. And you can see the people going across the street in real time.
They have rail cams where their cameras mounted on the front of rail or trains going around all over the country.
Another fun one to watch is Abbey Road cam, where the Beatles, album Abbey Road, the crosswalk, the famous crosswalk there in England, right outside of Apple Studios. There's a camera there 24/7 you can log on and watch. That's when I'm really bored.
Well, we should get together and walk over that, all the classic radio roundup guys, and do just get our pictures taken.
That's a really busy road and intersection too. It's too funny. You see all these people wanting to jump out of the crosswalk and get their picture taken, and traffic's trying to get by.
Oh, wow. Get squished like a bug.
Do you guys have a quiet noise level, or is this just me?
Well, it's always quiet over here in the volcano crater.
I've got about an S4, a little buzzy too for some reason. This Cobra has a pretty stiff needle.
10-4, is it quiet?
Very quiet for me.
It's always quiet over here. I love it.
I thought maybe something was wrong with my radio. It's so quiet.
I can add 20 dB worth of preamp and still not have any noise.
But the bad news is that the meter is so weak that Bagger jams it in the corner.
That's not weak, is it?
Yeah, you're usually like a 20, maybe like a 20. But this thing lay down in the corner, man. Lay down.
Well, everybody can tune in later and see what my noise for and what you guys sounded like.
All right, that sounds good. You got to let us know the link. Send me the link when you're ready.
You could do the same thing for the classic Radio Roundup Video Gates, the original, on YouTube. 441 BSA 1968.
Yeah, you know, Bagger sent me that, Pete. I would never been able to remember all of that unless I wrote it down. Because first and foremost, you know, only time I remember a BSA is when you say it, and then what year it was when you say it. It's in your mind. It's planted in me. That's probably your passcode. That's probably Pete's passcode, y'all.
It's not my password, but it's probably not that far from it. Anyway, now I'm going to get freaking hacked. But the simple way is you go onto YouTube, you put in the search bar, classic radio round up. Round up being 2 words. And my video gates will pop up.
Is there a dash between round and up?
Nope, round up, 2 words. Classic radio roundup. Put that in the search bar, you'll get mine. If you do classic radio roundup being 1 word, you'll get Sandbagger's video gates.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I've got a handful of them. Back when the streaming server was online, I had a few of them there. I found out I could record those.
10-4.
Live on Spew Radio.
That gives him another one of them long words.
Spew Radio.
Good old Spew Radio.
That Spew Radio was fun, man, because I could do all kinds of tweaking and fooling around, checking audio checks, radio checks, signal checks. It was good stuff.
Yep, I used to do it all the time.
Yeah, I loved it when I had my laptop with me, and I was using the Wi-Fi from the Warrington Burger King, and I could key up the radio and see a signal all the way from Warrington.
Wow, is that where the antenna was, the repeater?
Nah, that's where I was. I was in my truck.
Oh, all right, yeah, you use Warrington.
I was using the Burger King's Wi-Fi with the, I was sitting out in the truck eating my lunch, and I wanted to see how strong I was getting back into the Spew Radio server here.
Yeah, but you can't beat when I was in Key West on the beach using my laptop, controlling my radio here at home.
Yeah, that was cool. You got the Wi-Fi signal.
I was sitting there drinking rum punch on the beach in Key West, talking to you guys local. That was a blast.
Yeah, but the night before that, you were like, your tent was blowing in the wind and everything.
Well, that was a couple nights before that. That was at the Bay Bridge Tunnel. I thought I was going to freeze to death.
Yeah.
Hey, Pete.
Hey, Night Train.
Do you still have access to, what's his name, up there in Saskatchewan?
Oh, Hightower. No, I haven't heard from Hightower in a long while. But I bet I got his email address somewhere. I that's not a bad idea to try and contact him to see what he's up to.
I'm friends with him on Faceplant.
Are you? Well, how come I'm not?
I don't know. But he friended me.
You might not qualify, Pete.
He didn't friend me, and I was the host.
He might be mad at you.
If he likes me better.
Yeah, apparently, if you could send me a link to him, I'd try. I'll give him a friend request.
Well, I mean, just a friend his name, I guess.
I don't know if I remember what his actual name is.
I think it was Brent Hightower.
Something or other. I have to look at my friends list.
I know his name is Brent, but I don't know his last name.
Hightower.
It can't be.
Why not?
Isn't that from, was he in Police Academy? No.
Why you don't think his last name is Hightower? I know some Hightower, at least one, too. Jet Hightower, Mariner Hightower. I know Hightowers.
That's not his last name.
Yeah, send me a link in Faceplant Messenger or however, somehow, and I'll send him a friend request.
Well, no, there is a link. I just have to send you his name, and then you got to friend it.
Well, whatever. But if there's more than one person with the same name, that can be difficult.
That's a cool last name.
Yeah, it wasn't. I was wrong. It's not Hightower. But I do know a couple of Hightowers, though.
Well, maybe I'll change my name to Pete Hightower, and then I'll be cool in the train's eyes.
Yeah, man.
Here we go. I think I found it.
Send it to me.
Okay.
I found my friend over there in the UK, John, that I talked to on 10 meters AM. I found him, and he was easy to find, and we're friends on Faceplant now.
10-4.
You might find this interesting, Train. I worked him on 10 meters, 15 meters, 20 meters, 40 meters, and 60 meters all in one day.
He must have been following you around.
Well, we were making skids throughout the day to meet up on certain frequencies and different bands throughout the day. And that was when the wife was on vacation out in Oregon, and I was unsupervised, so I had a whole Saturday to play. So we just throughout the day, when the conditions are right on different bands, and was talking to the UK all day long. That was pretty cool. That was a fun day.
Hey, Roger, sounds like y'all had the mall down all day long.
60 meters is down at 5 megahertz.
I heard a guy from Sweden on Channel 23 last week. And he was talking to a guy in Kentucky. And I yelled and screamed and screamed. And he was like, well, hold on, Kentucky, there's another space station in there. I never got my numbers called, but I've been hearing a lot of weird stuff. Sweden, Italy, some languages I don't know.
If you got a shortwave radio, any of y'all that have a shortwave radio, there's a reasonably new shortwave broadcaster that plays music on 25.8 megahertz. And they're out of Denmark, running 300 watts. And if you could get them, the band's in good shape up at the higher end frequencies. But it's kind of fun. I've been video gating it, sending it to the station, and I've made a friend at the station. It's World Music Radio out of Denmark, 25.8 megahertz. So see if you could copy it.
Top Gun.
Yeah, go ahead.
When you tried to get in here, did you stand up or jump up and down when you called, or were you sitting down?
I'm sitting down.
Well, you should have stood up there, 10-4. You should have jumped around a little bit.
Yeah. I was like, come on, Sweden, just yell my number. That's all I want to hear, but it never happened.
Yeah, man, Bagger and I accidentally made Scotland one day, and my wife was in the room listening to us talk, and she said, that's not no Scotland. His name is Scott. I said, no, babe, that's Scotland. The man's, I forget his name now, but anyhow, he was from Scotland. And then Bagger picked up the conversation, and we stood by and listened to it, and then she went back into her shell.
Yeah, 10-4. Yeah, I made it to Norway, Ireland, and I think that's it. I haven't looked at the map, but I think there's in the Netherlands, 686 now, which is fuck. That was hell. That was 4 years ago. But yeah, it's always nice to get across the pond just on CB radio.
Just a couple of days ago, I got a QSL card from a guy in Scotland. We were talking. I was his first AM radio contact in the United States on AM. Sent me a QSL card, so I sent him one back today.
Yeah, that's nice. The farthest I've ever went was Sydney, Australia. And that was on CB radio, when we used to hang out on 31 at night.
There's nowhere really further on the planet than you can get than Australia.
Yeah, that guy, he come up out of there like he was around the corner. And number 7 didn't believe it was legitimate, so him and 911 started arguing. And the argument was fueled by alcohol, and so it lasted wee hours of the morning, so the guy never had another chance to get back in. Well, 911 made that particular contact. Well, the next night, don't you know that same guy came in there? And this time I broke the channel and took it and got my name called, man. I was like, wow. It was the same guy, and it was Sydney, Australia, for real. Bar the argument.
I've heard two people from Australia. One guy went by scrap metal, and the other guy went by rusted bolt. And they had mobiles on the beach, I guess used in the ocean as a ground plane. And they were just trying to get to the West Coast, and I could never, ever get to them, but I did hear them.
And anywhere on the planet's possible when the sunspot numbers are good. It's just the way it is on them higher frequencies. It's party time right now. It's peak of the solar cycle.
And all I want to do is key up on the mic, unkey, and hear my voice.
Well, what you gotta do, Top Gun, you need to stand up sometimes when you're trying to make those contacts. You can't just be sitting down.
I'm always sitting down with my feet up.
Gotta put the pedal to the metal.
That's it. My feet are up. I'm laying back on my easy chair. That's why I use D104, so I can sit back and just grab the mic, and there's no effort involved.
I was gonna say there's that 176 World Radio out of Australia. He's in there. Whenever Australia's rolling, he seems to be in there.
I like.
Guys, hey, while it's quiet, I'm gonna get up one out of here. I gotta get ready for work tomorrow. 4 o'clock comes early. Nice talking to everybody. Take care, and hopefully get you next week.
All right, Top Gun. Good to hear you in there, man. Sounded good tonight on that super base station you got going on there, that land command. The thing was working. It's always fun when you're somebody's first contact somewhere and you get the QSL card. You know, I've been in this game long enough. There's not too many firsts left for me. But I'm somebody else's first now. It's kind of cool.
All right, Top Gun, have a good night, man. That's the Train Approved Radio. 10-4.
Take care, Top Gun. Double D said it. Night train.
See you later there, Top Gun. Good hearing you again. Enjoy.
Really, Top Gun?
Hello, Skippy. Who's calling Night Train?
Talk to you later, Top Gun.
Who's calling Night Train?
Hey, how's it going, Night Train?
Oh, that you there, Gingerbread Man?
10-4, the Coke Man.
How's it going?
A little wet.
I hear Skippy in there, too.
Hello. Checking in on one of my maximum knobs.
Tim Roger, which one you on tonight, Skippy? Sound nice.
Oh, no, 142. Or no, not 142, I'm sorry. An early 148.
Tim Roger. Oh, you guys copy Skippy and Gingerbread Man, Goat Man?
I hear them both here at the Volcano Crater. Hello, Skippy. Hello, Gingerbread Man. Countywide radio.
Hello, Spitfire. Hello, Sandbagger, Joker, Night Train, Gingerbread Man.
Hello.
Hello. Classic Radio Roundup.
Hello, Double D waving back at you in Gilbertsville.
You hear Double D?
I heard him key up, but it was kind of rough.
It seems like Maximum Radio Knob is at night is a hit.
Well, they all are. I mean, you know.
Well, I mean, some people seem to have gotten the message. It's kind of cool.
It's all good, man.
Your knobs more gooder.
We got another breaker out there in the distance.
Go ahead there, Bright.
Yeah, I just want to say how to everybody on the channel is Chopper and Mobile.
Hello there, Chopper in the Mobile. Night Train got you. I'm going to open the door, Chopper. All the guys can say hello to you.
Hello, Chopper. Spitfire's got you.
Hello, Chopper, Double D. Hello, Chopper, I heard you in there.
It's all good.
Well, hello, everybody.
So that means even though this receiver is quiet, it's still picking up everything. So I guess I'm all right.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing. That's a quiet tube receiver.
That's right. It's all about the signal to noise ratio. You don't need signal if there's no noise.
There's Double D. Double D, Skippy got you now. All right, very good. Double D again, waving at you from high atop the Sprogel Run Mountain. High. All right, I hear you on the Silver Run Mountain when everybody else isn't keyed up there. You got Skippy in Morgantown, PA. Roger.
You said Sprugel Run?
Sprogel Run, that's the creek that runs underneath 100 over here by the Farmington Avenue exit.
Yep. I thought that's what you said, and I know where that's at. 10-4.
I'm sorry, I thought he said Silver Run.
Sprogel Run.
Yeah, it's probably one of them Dutchy names or a Native American name or something, like a lot of junk in this area.
Yeah, I was gonna say Native American. That's my guess.
Probably more likely.
Doesn't sound Native American, though. Sounds more Dutchy.
Yeah, that's why I threw them both out there, because I ain't sure which one it is, but it could be either.
How do you pronounce it? I say Sprogel. I hope that's right.
I thought it was Sprugel, but I don't know. I could be wrong.
I'll have to look, maybe take a picture of it.
Well, it's spelled, I think it's Sproegel or something like that.
I'll see if I can look it up.
So it's like, do you pronounce the O or the E? Or a modified combination of both. But Spragel kind of makes it sound very Dutchy.
Hootna!
It's going to the Spragel Run now. Catch me a fish or two.
Better stop using my cough sign.
You know what Manitawny means? And that is Native American.
Yes, now see that there's the difference. That sounds very Native American.
It indeed does. But Manitawny means the place that we meet to drink in the Native American tongue. And at some point back in our frontier days, that was the frontier.
All right. And the bar's still there on the Raging Manitawny.
That's right. So is the distillery.
I thought they were coming together to drink from the creek.
Well, that may be how it started, but that ain't how it is now. Now we meet to drink alcohol.
Is it a creek or a crick?
It's a crick. In Pennsylvania, it's a crick.
That's right. See, I'll go by the size of it. If it's the size makes it a crick or a creek to me. I mean, you know, you're almost to Jersey, so it's a whole different thing there.
Right. Y'all speak different in Jersey.
That's right. I like Taylor roll. It's not pork roll here.
Well, you know what, Joker?
Taylor ham.
In Philadelphia, it's creek, period. There is no crick.
Well, in the rest of Pennsylvania, it's crick.
See, my dad grew up in Philly till he was a teenager, so that's maybe where I get it from. It's a stream, called a stream. A stream's different.
Crick, and it's spelled 3 different ways.
A stream is a whole different thing than a crick.
Yeah, stream's pretty small.
Now, here I thought stream was bigger than a crick, but I guess I got that wrong.
I think a stream is smaller than a crick. A stream is like a trickle.
Well, see that I guess that could be debatable and or open to interpretation, because I'm at the head of the Sanatoga Creek, and it ain't nothing but a stream most times.
That's right.
Yeah, I think a creek is narrower than a creek.
But I've seen some pretty wide bodies of water still called creeks.
Yeah, like the Wissahickon Creek or the
Or the Skipback Creek or the Perkiomen Creek.
Yeah, the Perkiomen, that's a biggie. Especially where it joins up with the Schuylkill River. There's a word for you. Schuylkill.
Yeah, now, there's parts of the Perkiomen, you could call that a river.
You could, especially when before they knocked the dam down.
Yeah, that Perkiomen, that's a creek, man. That's wide enough to qualify for a creek. What you think there, Joker?
The Perkiomen's about the biggest damn creek and still being called a creek.
Well, the honest part about the Perkiomen is it's both. It's a creek and a creek, because some spots is really narrow.
And some spots it's really wide.
So I would say, depends on what portion that you're at, it's a creek or a creek.
So upstream it's the Perkiomen Creek. Downstream is the Perkiomen Creek.
I would agree with that.
So it's whether before or after the Skippack Creek joins it.
Now you guys are going to make me play the Hall & Oates song. Classic Waterway Roundup.
I tell you what, people used to travel by water in order to get where they were going, and that water sustained life, because in those days, you couldn't just stop in a building and get a drink of water, man. The water was in the creek, so you follow that creek and it'll take you down to the river. The river will take you down to the ocean. Yeah, you follow them creeks and things like that, and the rivers and stuff. That's how you travel. You take a bath, man. You stop and get yourself a bath, drink some water.
All the first and earliest settlements in the country were all along bodies of water, rivers, creeks, because that was the only way you could travel around. There was no roads.
There was railroads and the creeks. Here we go.
Did you say Perkiomen?
One of Hall & Oates' early records, they have a song called Perkiomen, and it's about the Perkiomen Creek. And it was funny because it's, often cloudy, kind of murky. It's pretty funny.
10-4. Hey, Joker.
Yo.
You should hear how my GPS say Perkiomenville. It says, turn left on Perkiomenville Pike. Turn left on Perkiomenville Pike.
Okay, so now that we're on the geography portion of tonight, do you guys ever use the GPS for, not Cookstown Road, but, Gaming Road's funny because they call it's Gushemen, which is really weird, but, give me a second, the name just went out of the brain. Perkiomenville Road, turn right. Garyville Pike. You guys are, honestly, I don't know how you guys say that, but the GPS says it really weird, and my buddies from Philly, they always said it. I'm like, what road are you talking about?
Yeah, well, how does it say it?
It's Garyville Pike.
That's right.
How does the GPS say it?
Garyville.
That's what it is. Gerry, Garyville.
Yeah, that's right.
I would have thought it was Jerryville, but somebody who lived near there said it was Garyville, so I'm like, okay.
Yep, it's Garyville. And if you keep following Garyville Pike, you run into the Kings Highway.
Yeah, you do. That's always a fun intersection. Then there's a town called Limeport, which the GPS calls Limaport.
It's definitely not Limaport.
No, but that's what the GPS thinks it is.
I tell you what, my TomTom used to tell me to jump on 422 westbound towards Placeholder. I have never found a placeholder.
Didn't know what to call it.
Knifer Road, my GPS calls it Nefer. Nefer Road. Turn right on Nefer Road. No, it's Knifer.
Did you argue with it, Pete?
What?
The GPS.
Am I the GPS? No, my car's GPS when I use it. Nefer Road. It's not Nefer.
No, I said, did you argue with it?
Oh, yeah. And so does my wife. She don't like the way it takes me. She goes, your GPS stinks. Your GPS takes you the long way all the time. I'm like, okay.
Tone of voice unacceptable.
My wife hates my GPS. She goes, why don't you use Waze? Because Waze don't interface with my car. I got a GPS. My GPS will get us there. Yeah, but it always takes us the long way.
It might be set on a scenic view, the scenic route. Might be go to settings and change it.
Yeah, but that's not it. It's my wife's idea of what she thinks is the fastest way. My GPS has the fastest way, not the least miles, not the scenic, not the direct, but the one that takes the least amount of time. That's what's programmed in my GPS. And my wife always wants to argue with it and says, "Where are you going? This is the long way." I'm like, "Well, the GPS don't seem to think so."
Wife right, GPS wrong.
Or how about somebody that's riding with you with their GPS on and they're confusing things for you?
Well, she'll do that. She'll run Waze on her phone and argue with my GPS. That ain't the way.
Wife right, GPS wrong.
Yeah, well, I'm not too happy with Waze. I was coming up from South Carolina, and it was getting some heavy traffic on 95. And Waze wanted to detour me right through the middle of Washington, D.C. And I'm like, what the hell kind of universe is this a faster way? Avoid that at all costs.
On no universe is going anywhere through DC any faster than anything else.
Unless there's like a 5-car accident with fires and stuff on 95 and everybody was a dead stop, I would have rather preferred that.
Wife right, GPS wrong.
We got lost in DC area before GPS's on paper maps. That was fun. I was stationed at Fort Belvoir for a while. Fort Belvoir, Virginia. We used to go into DC. Oh, man, it's a party up down there. Yeah, but it sucks when you're trying to drive through and it's the rush hour.
You know, DC now, they take your picture when you come in. I don't know if it's every entrance, but they got your picture when you come into DC, just so everybody know it. They snap your picture.
Not mine, because I wear a bag over my head with eye holes cut out.
Sure.
Oh, you'll have to change your name to Bagger.
Wife right, GPS wrong.
It's like they go on the Gong Show.
Yep, just wear a paper bag over my head every time I go to DC.
Your big skip got hit by the SWAT team because they thought his old van was shady one time.
Oh, yeah, he probably looked like he was getting ready to pull something off.
Doing a furniture delivery and, the 83 Chevy van, then, obviously needed a new paint job and everything. Still really old paint. It wasn't original, but it was still really old, and because they thought he was going to pull something.
Yeah, he figured he was going to get out of it and then let the thing explode in front of some building.
Yeah, who knows? I said, oh, no, it's just a drunk guy driving. Let him go.
Leave him alone. Clean him loose.
Yeah, we don't feel like doing the paperwork today.
Wife right, GPS wrong.
She got into my GPS and she changed it from that female voice to some English man's voice. I was like, what are you doing screwing around with my GPS? She goes, what?
I don't like her.
Who's that GPS woman?
Tone of voice unacceptable.
Yeah, she likes to ridicule my GPS in the zipper car.
So you can change it to speak Japanese. That'll really flip around.
I think German would be better.
My daughter, she rides around with her speaking Spanish so she can learn Spanish.
and not get where she's going.
She gets where she's going because you just look at the picture.
Yeah, she'll take a wrong turn in another language.
She'll come back with a beret.
That would be French.
Oops.
A sombrero. Come back making a wrong turn wearing a sombrero.
That's right. GPS wrong.
Missile self-destruct.
It's just funny how we've all grown so dependent on GPSs. You know, it doesn't seem like it was that long ago. I would just look at the map and go, I gotta go here, and I would just drive it, and that would be that. Now it's like, I couldn't remember to do that.
You just look for the road signs. How to keep an eye out for road signs. You know you're getting close. Keep your eyes open.
Yeah, I mean, that always worked. I mean, I would go, we gotta go on this road, and that road, and, you know, and then we're here. I mean, I used to do that all the time. Now it's like, oh, where's the GPS taking me?
Yeah, just write down or memorize route numbers.
Well, there are some things beautiful about that Google GPS because it will, after you key in your, destination, say for instance, if I'm headed to Philadelphia, it'll let me know automatically there's an accident in your path. You know what I mean? Rerouting. They let me know we're going to take you a different direction because 76 eastbound is all messed up. We're going to take you to 476, or we're going to take you to Route 23. They let me know. I like that because I can't see down there on 476.
Mine will let me know, but it always seems like it lets me know at the same time that I already know, and it's too late to do anything about it.
Yeah.
We're sorry.
Yeah, I get the same thing. By the way, there's an accident ahead. Oh, thanks.
We get within like a block or two from the venue we had to get to, and we were using, remember MapQuest to print out papers?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were always usually within like a block or two. The one time we were out in Pittsburgh and we're trying to find it, you know, Pittsburgh roads are all diagonal, and we're in this parking lot and we find the payphone, because that was before we all had cell phones too. And we're like, where are you? And the guy's just looking out his window. He's like, hold on a second. And we hear somebody yelling. Here we were like right across the street in a convenience store parking lot.
Yeah. Yeah, that was what was George Washington back in that day?
Well, we were kind of technology deprived, really, with the band. We didn't really have cell phones or GPSs for a long time.
Yeah, Christmas is 1776. I think Washington used MapQuest to get to Trenton.
Gotta cross the river, man. You had those Coast Guard charts too. Make sure you don't get run aground or anything.
I still have, we're talking, 99, 2000, so about 24 years ago.
Yeah, that's a long time when you think about it.
It's like yesterday to me.
I know, it doesn't seem that long until you calculate and you're like, holy cow, it was that long ago?
Well, some people don't even live that long.
But think about the technology you had back in 2000. Your cell phones weren't like they are now.
Yeah, the smartphone didn't make it on the scene until what, around 08 or something? Everything before that was like flip phones and junk.
Yeah, if you leave a flip phone in the bathroom, nobody won't steal it now.
I still have my Razor. Remember them?
I had one of those. I liked it too. Nice small little thing.
Yep.
He just presses a button and it takes him to work.
That's right, yeah. Mine knows too much of my business. What did you say, Skippy?
That's the Razor E3.
Say Roger on the flip phone.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't like about the Razor is sending a text message. You know, you had to hit the button 3 times, you know, for that letter, and 2 times for that letter, and, you know.
Believe it or not, I Googled it. The smartphone came out in '94.
Smartphone did?
Yeah, it was called an SPC. Hold on a minute.
Well, you had Blackberries and stuff, but what we know is a smartphone nowadays wasn't until 08, 09.
Yeah, I think, well, Apple's
It was probably the first with the quote-unquote smartphone. Hold on, I'm going to read it to you just a sec. In 1992, IBM announced the very first smartphone. It released the Simon Personal Communicator, SPC, for purchase in 1994. SimplexTexting.com.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that must have been for rich people then.
Yeah, that was a dumber smartphone. Yeah, but I'm looking at it. It looks like a BlackBerry. It's definitely not what it's definitely not what Apple started. I get it. I Googled it and that's the answer I got. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that was the early, in other words, that's the pioneer right there.
Because I remember when I started touring overseas in 2009, I didn't have a smartphone, so I had a camera with me, I had an iPod with me, and I had a phone with me. Yeah, we're talking about the touch screen for a smartphone.
Yeah, now you got everything in one, plus you got GPS. And here's one beautiful feature. I have a calendar in my phone that lets me know you have an appointment. It popped right up. You could ignore it if you want to, but you blow an appointment. But when you key them things in, that little rascal kicks in and lets you know you have to go to Ron Pete's place after work.
And a calculator. So all those teachers that yelled at me that I would never have a calculator with me is wrong.
There you go. And also when I'm doing an estimate, that rascal has a calculator and the phone, and any information that I need to log in could be done right then and there, Johnny, on the spot, including the zip code.
I was going to say, mine has a measuring device and a level on it.
Do you have a measuring device app?
Yeah, I think it's called tape measure, and you point your camera, you open it, and you point the camera at the one edge, and you walk across it, and you can see the line.
All right. Will it measure the length of a room?
Sounds like it would.
Oh, man. I'm a poet and don't know it.
Yeah, it's a tape measure and a level all together.
That's all right. I got a scanner in mine, guys. I got a scanner. You know how people do scanning? I got a scanner in my phone. It scans.
Does anybody here use Dropbox?
You have a scanner or you have Broadcastify?
It's actually a little scanner. It's a scanner app. I don't know what you key in the county or whatever it is you want to listen to, and it's going to let you listen. Suspect apprehended. Suspect in pursuit. Suspect just got off of the train. Suspect running eastbound, and then, you hear him when he gets apprehended.
Yeah. When you say scanner, I'm thinking like you're running through a bank of frequencies, but I know what you're talking about. That's like Broadcastify.
Yeah. I think there's more than one frequency, though, so yes, it does scan. It's doing other things besides, that suspect that was running from, the police on the train.
I got that app on my phone. Monco EMS.
There you are. That's it. 10-4.
That's one of several.
Yeah, I used to have one on my ball thing, the 2-meter little, and I used to listen to the SEPTA police, on the trains and so forth, when they, I don't know what go down, but, they always chasing somebody.
Yeah, I got a bunch of scanner frequencies on my mobile thing.
10-4. I wish I had mine reprogrammed, and, that's what I would do with it, probably just listen.
Yeah, I used to listen to SEPTA and Amtrak, and that was busy all the time down in Melbourne.
Yeah, I liked the SEPTA one. I didn't know about the Amtrak, Skippy.
When I was working down at Congolium, I used to use my ham rig and listen to all the marine frequencies on the river, all the ship traffic. That was kind of interesting.
Yeah,
is cool. I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so I got my scanner programmed here with all the railroad stuff in it, aircraft stuff in it, as well as like all the repeaters and all, because it's an analog scanner, and most of the police stuff is now all digital, but I put all the Gonzo stuff in there. But that's kind of fun to listen to.
Yeah, and you can catch old Doug on the Pottstown repeater.
I can catch everybody on the Pottstown repeater. There's also a ship finder and plane finder that shows you what planes are near you, and when you're near bodies of water, it shows what ships are around you.
And Flight Aware, you can track any flight that you want by flight number. That's how I was following the wife when she was going out to Oregon and coming back, and I knew to be in the cell phone lot, and I knew when she landed.
Yeah, and that's where that guy got in trouble for keeping tabs of Taylor Swift's planes. Because, yeah, you can do all that stuff online. Yeah, but it's not illegal. Is it? No, it's not illegal at all. Taylor's just a crybaby. A very, very, very rich crybaby.
She's telling us to use paper straws. Meanwhile, she's leaving more carbon footprint in one flight than I do in my entire life.
Do you like that picture?
Yeah, you saw that meme too?
Yeah, I shared that this afternoon, so you might have seen it from me.
Yeah, it's quite possible that's where I saw it. But even before I saw it, that's the truth.
Well, she flew her boyfriend down to Australia.
Yeah, she burns more carbon footprint in one day than I do in my entire life. So shut up with your paper straws. They're terrible.
Does she have her own plane? I mean, is she flying it, or she got a pilot, or just what?
She's like Trump. She's got her own jet. She don't fly. She sits in lap of luxury while somebody else flies her around, and she's burning fuel.
But if it makes anybody feel better, she had 4 planes. I think she sold 1 or 2. So she's only down to like 2 planes now. So she's doing better. She sold her 2nd plane. I just read that within the last 3 weeks. She had a Fox 900 and a Fox something 45. One was $50 million and the other one was like 20 something.
Oh, it sucks to be down to 2 planes. You know, you only got 2 to choose from.
So that means I shouldn't be guilty about this nuts radio coming in here then.
Nope. He's only got 1 according to what I read. I don't know. I think we should probably chip in and help her get another one.
I think Joker's got a point.
I was surprised when I was down in Nashville. It was like a whole wing dedicated to Taylor Swift in the museum. It's her Taylor Swift Music College or something. Shame that she's from Reading. Why I'm missing, actually. Yep, TT's local. That was just a reference. A lot of Pennsylvanians make it big, man. Look at Hall & Oates, and there are a bunch of people from Pennsylvania. Chubby Checker, yeah, we can go down a list. Night Train.
Countywide.
My neighbor, Bruce Springsteen. Asbury Park.
George Thorogood and the Delaware Destroyers.
Yeah, Asbury Park's in Jersey. That's right. That's Joker's neighbor.
Well, Sylvester Stallone comes from Philadelphia.
Jim Croce. Billy Joel? Billy Joel's from Long Island. You might be right. I can't argue that. Hailstorm?
George Thorogood. He's from Philly.
Where are the Delaware Destroyers from, then? Captain Coleslaw?
The Delaware Destroyers is his band, but George Thorogood himself is from Philadelphia. And then you got Kevin Bacon. He's from Philly.
George Thorogood from Wilmington.
And what's his name from not the Blind Side, from The Hangovers?
Oh, well, Wilmington. That's a suburb of Philadelphia.
Cooper.
Somebody needs to do a station identification from, Limerick. And you're listening to Classic Radio Roundup on 27.115 on your AM radio dial. Where classic radios rock.
Where has Badger been? Anybody hear him?
I heard him on the Pottstown 2-meter repeater yesterday.
Yeah, I was talking to him.
He comes and goes as he please. Yeah, he's got the lady there, specifications are subject to change, terms and conditions may apply.
Oh, you were the one on the other side of that then, huh?
Roger, roger.
Wife right, GPS wrong.
Who's this Roger dude I keep hearing about?
He's the brother of Skip.
Skip and Roger.
Wife right, GPS wrong.
The wife is always right. Everything else is always wrong.
Speaking of wife, my wife took her car to get an oil change today, and that was pretty fun.
They tried to sell her ball joints.
Well, she gets discounted oil changes because it's still under warranty. She put a lot of miles on the vehicle, but it's a 2020 Ford. She has 50,000 miles on it, and they wanted to do a engine cooling flush for almost $300.
Oh, wow, I could do that. I could do that for a whole lot less than that.
Oh, yeah. And cabin air filters for 106.
Yeah, the cabin air filter thing is pretty damn funny. When I first took my zipper car in, Honda Civic, and they pulled that on me with the cabin filter, and they showed me the cabin filter, and they said it's dirty, it should be changed. I said, well, how much is that? They said, well, the filter itself is $10, but it's $40 to put it in. I said, no, I don't want it. Are you going to charge me to put it back in? No. So why are you going to charge me $40 to put a new one in?
Well, that's an interesting theory.
Yeah, if they were able to pull it out easily enough to show you that it's dirty, that's not much labor to replace it.
Why they weren't going to charge you to put it back in, right?
They were going to charge me to put a new one in, but they weren't going to charge me to put my old one back in. And all it is a matter of opening up the glove box, hitting a couple of tabs and flipping the glove box down, hit 2 more tabs and the thing slides right out. If it takes you 5 minutes, you're taking your time. So I pulled it on them like, just put the old one back in.
Were you in the waiting room when they showed you this, or were you at your car?
No, I was in the waiting room. So they pulled it out. They brought it to me in the waiting room. You should have your cabin filter changed. It's dirty. I says, well, how much is it to change it? And $10 for the filter and $40 to replace it. I said, no, are you going to charge me to put that one back in? No. Why are you going to charge me $40 for the new one then?
Well, I got a little secret for you then.
What?
That's a filter they have sitting around that's dirty.
Yeah, that's what I was told, that they show you the same filter over and over and over again.
No, it was my filter.
See, most cabin filters are like a 3x4 square.
Mine's a little bit bigger than that. It's probably 8 inches by 6 inches, or maybe even 10 by 8, something like that.
Wow, that's a big filter for a small car.
It's pretty big. My cabin filter is bigger than my engine air filter.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
I would happen to have a party with that. I'd say I can go to Walmart and get it for $8, and I can go on YouTube and do it for free.
Yeah, well, I get the whole kit from Amazon and do it myself. I get an oil filter, engine air filter, cabin filter, get all 3 filters for like $30.
You are right. 8.057 by 1.23 by 8.313. That's a big filter.
Yeah, I thought it was something like that. So it's 8x8. Yeah, something like that. I know it was pretty. It's bigger in that dimension than my car's air filter is, which is something like 4 or 5 by 6 or 7.
I wish they would offer to change mine because I don't know where mine's located. And I wouldn't mind having it changed, but they never jack me up for that.
Mine is so easy to change. It's so easy. My wife could do it.
Well, you talk about in your truck?
Yeah.
What your truck?
2014 F-150.
That thing's all clogged up right now.
Yeah, you probably got all kinds of allergens growing in there. You got COVID virus in that thing.
I don't think my truck has one. 08 to 14 F-150s look like they have it, and it's a very quick replacement. It's what the YouTuber says.
Where is it located? I mean, is it under that little dish-looking thing inside of your dash, or is it in the glove compartment? Where is it? Nobody don't ever offer me to clean mine.
Yeah, open your glove box, and you pull the sides in, and it drops down. It's behind there with little plastic tabs.
That's exactly how mine is. It's super easy.
Oh, wow.
The hardest part of the whole job is emptying out my glove box so everything don't fall on the floor.
Bagger's got more than COVID.
Yeah, the hardest part of mine is emptying the glove box. So when you release those tabs and flip the glove box down, everything in the glove box don't fall out on the floor.
So you're telling me that these people are going in your glove box and pulling your filter and then come and bring it to you and show it to you?
I only did it once because I only took my car in once to the dealer. I call it the stealership. But yeah, so I knew the game. And then that's why I played the game, because I knew they were going to charge me to put a new one in there, a crazy amount of money, like $40. But they would put the old one back in for free. And I called them on it.
If they have to empty your glove box, what do they do? Like with the firearm or they get their fingerprints on it.
And that's right. My firearm was in the glove box at the time too, which is pretty funny. Like, and after that whole thing, I'm like, well, maybe that wasn't such a good idea to leave my firearm in there with other people in my car.
Yeah, people going into you get your fingerprint on there, and then something go down. Next thing you know, the detectives be at the mechanic store. Your prints are all over this weapon, sir.
Well, as somebody that used to work on cars for a living, yeah, you really try not to touch that type of stuff. But
Yeah, you probably figure out a way to handle it without getting your fingerprints on it.
Use gloves.
Yeah, most mechanics got them rubber gloves on anymore.
Yeah, keep the grease out from underneath your fingernail.
Actually, I really don't want them in my glove box.
Well, on a lot of vehicles, that's where, or at least it used to be, that's where the paint code was, so you had to go in the glove box.
10-4.
Mine's in the door jamb. There's a barcode there.
Yes, lightning rod, I'll tell you.
Yeah, and Volkswagens were in the trunk. Some GMs were on the door jamb. Some GMs were in the glove box.
Hey, Night Train.
Yeah.
Ask Lightning Rod where that cabin filter is. He'll know.
All right, yeah. Well, I think Joker just told me. He said it was inside of the glove box. Cause I didn't know anything about no panels inside of the glove box, but I would like to change mine, man.
That's how most of them are anymore. They're inside behind the glove box. So you open the glove box and you pull the sides of the glove box in, and it releases the tabs or makes clearance so it can flip open further, so you can get behind the glove box, and that's where your air duct is. And then you should be able to see it from there. There's a couple of tabs. You pull the tabs out, the thing slides out. It's easier to change than most engine air filters.
Also, Night Train, you can get some scents. They have like different scents on some of them.
Yeah, I want the pine scent. 10-4.
I spray mine with Febreze before I put it in there.
You have to offer somebody $40 and then they'll change it.
10-4.
Hey, Night Train, I will change yours for $40, and I won't even show you the old one.
Yeah, but would you put my Browning Mark IV-A on your spectrum analyzers?
I had before. I'll do it again.
Yeah, but I thought you said it wasn't working.
It works well enough for most things. It's just not as sensitive as it used to be.
10-4.
Hey, Train?
Yeah.
I just watched a 58-second video on how to change my air filter in a Honda Accord, and it literally took him less than 20 seconds to open it up and pull the filter.
It takes nothing. But the dealership wants to charge you $40 to do that. But they'll put the old one back in for free.
But you know what? I understand that whole thing. It's all about money, man. That's $40. You know, you bring forth, the more of those you sell, the more revenue that dealership brings in.
Upcharging.
Yeah, but that's, to me, that's the point of just plain downright theft. If the filter costs $10, it takes 20 seconds to change it. You can charge me $10. But $40, now you're just being a jerk.
Yeah. Service writer's got to get his cut.
Well, he should have said 39. You might not have felt so bad, Pete.
No, because I already knew what it took to change it. And I couldn't believe that they were trying to charge me that much money. I'm like, y'all are a crack.
Backer, how did you know I had that 623? You were sandbagging on me, man?
Don't call me the sandbagger for nothing.
How did it sound, man?
Sounded really good.
Had all new caps, man.
Oh.
When they showed you a cabin air filter, he said, hey, I'll just take the filter. I'll just take the filter. Then they said, oh, we can charge you $20.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the right way to do that, but if they would have offered to change mine, I would have let them change it, because mine has this funny smell that you know, almost as if it got wet at some point.
What year is that?
2014.
Well, now you know how to change it. So go down to your AutoZone, buy one. You get the scented one, stick it in there, and you'll be happy.
10-4.
And if you buy the unscented one and you spray it with your favorite Febreze, works out pretty good too.
Don't forget your vinyl gloves. You don't touch the mold.
Hey, Roger, on the mold and the mildew, baby.
And the COVID.
For an air filter, Train.
Come again?
$17 for an F-150 air filter, and that's a brand.
Yeah, and I just want to know, you know, do I really have to tear everything up just to get back there? Why? Because mine would be the hardest one to come out of all the trucks from here to Easter Blue. I'd be like, they said you just pull a tab and do it. Oh, get me a screwdriver.
Look it up on YouTube. Watch the video. See how the guy does it in 20 seconds.
Man, Pete, I'm laying in bed, man.
Well, I ain't telling you to do it now. Go buy the filter, then watch the video. It'll take you longer to go get the filter and watch the video than it will to actually change it.
Yeah, that's what I had to do, watch that video. They got everything on YouTube now, man.
Turns out yours is a different version.
Yeah, mine's the upside down. But I'm telling you what, a girl taught me how to take out my shifter in one truck and replace the little cap, little cap. There was a girl on YouTube, man. And she did it. I'm like, if she could do it, I could do it. And she was a man.
Uh-oh. Better get your pronouns right.
I follow Alex Taylor. She's a 6-second drag racer, and she does all her own mechanics, works, and everything. And she's only in her 20s, maybe 30. She's pretty impressive. I'm like, daggone, she's a better mechanic than I am.
Yeah, I hear you out there. There's a little girl well, Joker, you might would appreciate this. There's this little girl called Ellen on YouTube. She plays the bass guitar. You familiar?
Yep, I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah, she's pretty good. If you watch any of her channel, looks like she kind of grew up around it. Her dad's got a pretty beautiful looking setup.
Yeah, I know, man. I was totally impressed with that little girl.
You know, that's how it seems to be. If they got any kind of interest and the father is, you know, big into it, and then they got all the tools and the knowledge around them, they just grow up into it. That's how that Alex Taylor came about. Her father was a racer and engine builder and all this, and she just grew up around it, and she's a natural.
This little girl plays the bass guitar like the boys in James Brown's band and you know, Stevie Wonder and all. I'm telling you, she is awesome. Her name is Ellen. You can look her up. Ellen, bass player. And get her 10 top, you know, bass lines and hear that little girl go. I'm telling you, she was about 9 or 10 years old then. She plays the bass. Look her up. Ellen, bass guitar, YouTube. And she'll pop up.
Yeah, it's kind of an old thing. They used to have like younger women that were playing like all these heavy metal solos that are, you know, extremely difficult to play. They used to be a thing on YouTube back like 2010, 2011.
Look up her performance on the Steve Harvey show.
You guys got to see her. I think she's awesome.
It looks like she's having a lot of fun doing it too, so that's even better.
Yeah, it's like, you know, like a joke to her. You know, she just enjoy it. No biggie, no biggie. You know, little Stevie, you want to hear Stevie? You want boom. And she's good.
Well, this doesn't look like fun.
Ellen's top 10 bass lines.
I'm looking at the video on how to change the cabin air filter in my truck. And he's got a saw, and he's sawing something. And what the heck is this all about?
You might have to go back to school for that one, Bag. I told you, man, when it comes, you know, other people, they be offering to do theirs for $40.
Real easy, night train.
This would probably be worth $40. I guess the truck didn't come with a filter in it. This guy's pulling something out, and they got to stick one in there. But I saw a filter that's, you know, for my year's truck, but I'm just curious now because I never changed it. 27 years old. I'm just gonna say, if there's a saw involved, I would find a new video. Yeah, I had to cut a hole there because I guess now there is no filter in there. I guess they're just gonna like stick one in there. Didn't have one to begin with.
Yeah, a certain year is when they started doing this. Probably around 2010, I think, is when they kind of started doing this cabin filter nonsense.
I think my 99 van has one. My 97 Ford probably does not. Looks like they're now he's filing all the rough spots. I guess he's got yeah.
I think you guys have a breaker out there.
Yeah, I'm back out. Is Shadow still out here? He's back.
That's 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I guess not. I didn't hear him shout. How about 127? Did he come out? Crickets. All right.
Barry, you know, I bought that little Midland base station. Not the one you saw, but there was another one.
What, the white one, or?
You remember the one with the clock and the 3 little lights across the front, the double meters, and I think it was a 717 or something or another.
What was it, 13877 or something?
Yeah. That man, I offered him $50 for it. He took it.
Oh.
Hope it works.
Yeah.
They got turned around in the mail and went back to Philadelphia.
Oh, jeez. It'll never work, man.
These people got it all twisted up.
So I guess I don't have to worry about my truck's cabin air filter because it doesn't have one.
Yeah, but they might try to sell you one anyway if you got to get your oil changed.
Well, I always change my own oil.
They'll just tape fillers over your vent.
Yeah. Well, at least if I have to do my Honda, that won't be hard. That's probably in the glove box.
Mine's super easy.
Yeah, so mine should be super easy too then.
Okay, guys, I want to give a shout out to the Shark.
Go ahead.
Yeah, how about a Shark? How about a Shark? You hear me?
Hey, Steve, you got your phone near you? I do.
I sent you a picture of this girl that plays an electric violin. Watch the video. You have to look it up. It's on YouTube. Very interesting dance she does. You might want to watch it. Is she the Indian girl? Her name was Caitlin DeVille. Yep. Quite a seductive dance she does. If you like that type of stuff, fiddle and, I guess you'd say dancing, look up this girl called Hillary Klug. She's pretty good.
She plays a fiddle.
Yep, good old fiddle.
I never knew the difference between a fiddle and a violin. I still don't. So maybe one of you guys can enlighten me tonight after 66 years.
That's easy, man. A violin is played by a virtuoso in an orchestra. A fiddle is played by good old people on a country band.
That's a Beverly Hillbillies show if you ever saw it. Yeah, fiddle it's just the style. It's not orchestra. It's fiddle.
Oh, in other words, it's still a violin.
Yeah, my wife's learning, and when she said she wanted to learn, I asked her, I'm like, what do you want to learn, violin or fiddle? And she didn't really understand the difference at that moment either, and she scheduled lessons with a lady, and I asked her, I said, well, what is she going to teach? So then, long story short, my buddy, he's into that type of stuff, so he's teaching her. But yeah, it's just a different style of playing, but same exact instrument.
All right, so then the next question, what's the difference between a cornet and a trumpet?
I think the valving is different.
All right, yeah, I can't see no difference.
Because for 6 weeks, no, not even 6 weeks, for a couple practices, I did the cornet in elementary school. I played that.
10-4.
See me in the car and that. Yeah, you guys can't hear the Shark out there. He's on a walkie-talkie down here in King Manor. King Manor is just right near King of Prussia, but it's between King of Prussia and Bridgeport.
Yeah, right on the top of the hill there.
No, well, there's a park. He's right near the park. It's actually closer to the turnpike. Right, I don't know if you know where the state police barracks is, but he's closer to Swedesburg.
So he's down the road a little.
Yeah, it's on the back side of that hill.
Near King Shooter Supply.
Not far from that. More than a stone's throw, though.
Yeah, I know Kings Manor, Bridgeport, Swedesburg. Yep, all that.
You know where King Manor Drive is?
Absolutely, and I know where Crooked Lane is too.
Yeah, you know where Workhorse Brewery is?
A 10-4 Roger.
He's a short walk from the brewery.
Is it a classic walkie-talkie?
Well, we could do walkie-talkie night, but we'd have to put them on the antennas because nobody would hear each other on the self-contained antenna.
The only walkie-talkie that I got that works anymore is my help radio. My TRC 222 died.
Oh, man.
Well, he's giving me like a 6-pounder, and I'm up here by the Upper Marion Township building.
Yeah, we can't hear him at all.
No. He hears you guys, though.
Sure, we only hear you.
Yep, we hear you, and we could be hearing the walkie-talkies, but we're not hearing the walkie-talkie.
No, you guys are a little too far out for that.
Yeah, the best range I ever got with a walkie-talkie was maybe 3 or 4 miles.
I got from the top of my backyard to the night train. That's got to be 8 miles.
Yeah, that was awesome, Pete. I still remember that day.
And that was with my TRC 222 with the really long telescoping antenna with the center load.
I had one of them, Radio Shack, from North Coventry to Birdsboro.
Train, that was to your base station?
Yeah, he was in his yard on a walkie-talkie, man, and we were able to communicate when he hit a certain sweet spot.
That's cool. What antenna were you using?
I don't know. In that day, I probably was on an IMAX 2000 back then, 10-4.
Okay. Yeah, I know you had a bunch of antennas. That one you got now, that's a Stereo, right?
Yeah, that's the one from Excalibur.
Yeah. Which one is it? The 27 or the Tornado?
827, man. 827.
Okay. Yeah, man, they got a bunch of antennas. I'm trying to keep them, like, straight in my head. I was looking at a thing about the Game Master. That Stereo Game Master, man. They say that thing's broadbanded. You can go from freaking from, what is that, 24 to 30 on transmit, and from 15 to 30 receiving.
Yeah, well, for CB, the narrow is probably the better. You know, tune that rascal right in the middle of the 27 megahertz band, man. You know, let the whole thing be dedicated to CB. Yeah, I like to get a hold of one of them Mr. Coilies. He's got it already tuned, man, from the factory, welded.
Yeah, they're like $400.
Where you heard that from?
I got a monkey made I'd be able to help you out with.
I'm sorry, I think I keyed on.
No, I'm talking about a base antenna.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
They say with that antenna, though, it's like dead nuts on the middle of the CB band, but they could still operate. I mean, it's still under like 1.5, even at 30 meg or down to 24 meg.
All right, yeah, 10-4.
Whenever you gain something, you give up something.
Yeah, that's true. Nothing's free.
Well, it's not a ground plane. It operates like a center-loaded dipole.
When you gain something, you give up something.
No, I get that. But, you know, for something to be that broadbanded, and you don't have to get out there and mess with it, but you can still talk on them frequencies.
Well, if it's that broad-banded, you're giving something up to get that broad-bandedness. It probably has low gain.
That's what I meant when I said stay narrow as possible.
Introns and IMAXs and stuff like that, and they're claiming it's pretty much dead nuts on.
I use my IMAX to listen down at 25 megahertz with no problem, but I don't transmit with it down there, but it receives just fine. Almost any antenna, CB antenna will listen down to 15 megahertz at reduced capabilities and whatnot, but they'll all do it.
Yeah, but you know as well as I do, man, it gets kind of quiet once you get far out of range.
That's right. That's why I got more than one antenna here. Cover all the frequencies.
But when you guys were on walkie-talkies, were you on a base antenna?
I was, but Pete was on his regular walkie-talkie antenna.
I was on a battery-powered walkie-talkie antenna. Walk up the hill behind my house.
There you go. Yeah, I was thinking you were talking walkie-talkie to walkie-talkie.
When we do walkie-talkie night here on a classic radio roundup, we just hook them up to our base antennas. But that particular walkie-talkie night, I took my walkie-talkie and I walkied with it and made the contact with the train. It was every bit of 8 miles, I think, from me to him.
Probably more like 7, because he's 3 miles from me, and you're 10 miles from me.
All right, 7 miles, 8 miles. When you're talking walkie-talkie, what's a mile?
Yeah, I used to have that walkie-talkie, but I didn't realize it was one of the better ones. I thought it was one of the cheaper ones, and I sold it.
Yeah, well, any of those walkie-talkies with the real long center-loaded whips, they're usually the better ones.
Yeah, I bought mine from number 7.
Oh, I've gotten a few things from good old number 7.
But everybody else said the regular B&C connector, where they could, hook up an adapter and use it like a regular CB, and a regular antenna. So I was like, like depressed or whatever. So then I didn't realize it was like one to collect, and I sold it for, I think, like $20 on eBay. Yeah,
that TRC 222 used a RCA jack to hook up an external antenna with it. And what was nice is it had that high and low power switch, and you put it on the low power switch and drive that into your 2-pill, and you get some swing.
Yeah, I have a couple of them too for my scanner. That type of adapter.
And that 222, you could also hook up an external realistic mic. It had an external microphone plug jack on it, so you could put your D104 on it or something. And I also, I did that, put a D104 on it, hooked it up to external antenna, and it works just like a base radio.
That's right.
Did a Spitfire go 10-7?
I'm still here.
Oh, okay. All right, here you go. Yeah, I was hearing a couple different voices, and I didn't recognize your voice right away.
Well, I'm getting ready to go 10-7, so if you got something to throw at me, you better throw it now, because I'm going soon.
Okay. No, it wasn't that. I was just trying to see if the shark could hear you on the walkie, but I think he said he could only hear the train, but he could hear other voices faint.
Hang on. Let me go to the pump house. Hang on. There we go. Can the shark hear me now? 441 to Spitfire on this county-wide radio, Demco Super Satellite.
I bet he can. Hold on a second. I got to get... Well, go ahead, Shark. Tell me over the radio.
That was only 5 more dB.
Wow. I'm giving it maximum radiated power available without risking equipment damage.
Man, you guys just keyed on him. I couldn't hear him.
I keyed on him. You couldn't hear him. And he's a lot closer to you than I am.
Come on, County-wide. What are you talking about? He's got a walkie-talkie.
I'm cutting the walkie-talkie's lips off.
Miles away from me is in a walkie-talkie.
That's like fighting a baby.
So all,
Oh, yeah. What's up?
all I want to know is, can he hear me or not?
I don't know. He was trying to tell me to cut him off. Yeah, he said he hears you. He hears you.
10-4, Roger. All right. I can back down the space shuttle power here. Don't need to be blowing stuff up and tripping breakers and stuff.
Oh man, you gotta get that radio equipment straightened out, man. You run it for a little bit, you're worried about blowing it up. Come on.
Wow, it's gotta last. I can't afford to replace what I got. I can afford to buy it for one time, but I can't afford to buy it a second time.
It's got a hum in it anyway.
Well, that must have just come in.
It's only humming because it doesn't know the words.
See what happens when you start going to maximum radiated power? You create hums.
Yeah, you're taxing your power supply.
I'm not taxing my power supply. Not right now. I'm not anyway. I was a minute ago, but I'm not right now.
No, not now.
And I got my variable power back with after replacing that carbon wound variable resistor on the baby driver.
Yeah. But anyway, it's about time to say goodnight. I got the early bird to work thing tomorrow, so catch everyone later. Another classic radio roundup in the bag. Maximum knob night. All 14 of my knobs here are all going to go to the left here.
Yep, and I'm right behind you. All 15 knobs on this Demco Super Satellite going 10-7. Thanks for the fun, y'all. Countywide radio on a classic radio roundup.
What kind of theme for next week?
You did the maximum knob thing. I didn't even get to tell you how many knobs I got.
How about Pierce Simpson night?
Don't have one.
I do, but you guys would have to talk to me a little bit out of frequency.
I don't know. Just run what you brung next week. We'll think about it another time for another week then, since we have no plan. Countywide.
Open night. All right. I'm going also to the west. Train. Catch you guys later. Enjoy. Double D. Take care. 73. We're going.
Have a good night. Catch you on the next one. All right, guys. You guys have a good one. I'll let you know if I get this up. So, 73. Talk to you hopefully later.
Hey, Train, was that Top Gun you were talking to the last one?
Nah.
You mean just recently?
Oh, last minute.
I didn't hear him too much tonight.
When?
Tonight. I mean, usually I hear him all the time, but I didn't hear him talking in the middle of the mix.